Divergence can be two types, bullish and bearish, and bullish can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 types. Similarly, bearish can be 7 types. So in class A, class B, class C, 3, and slingshot bullish, 4, relative bullish, price line bullish, 6, and line chart bullish, 7. 7 of them are bullish divergence, and in similarly 7 bearish divergence. Class A, B, C, slingshot, relative, price line, and line chart. So what is
Partha, just on that, the price line,
yeah,
that's obviously not on the range bar chart, or is it?
yeah, that's on the range bar chart. Yeah,
Okay, and then the line chart bearish divergence
yeah, that's on the range bar
as well.
Yeah. So these last two are range bar, and these are bar charts.
Okay.
Any other question?
No.
So we have class A divergence bearish, and when the price should be in a prevailing uptrend. We know that from our previous module and the definition of medium term and long term, what is uptrend, what is downtrend. So price should be in a supply or resistance line. That is very important. So this is the first context. Second term and third term uptrend. Second context is resistance line, because we are going bearish. Price should be making higher peaks or swing high in second term or medium term time frame. Price should be making higher P star if possible in the third term. And momentum indicator, our proprietary momentum indicator, should be making lower peaks. So as you can see, price is going up in the second term time frame, because the swing high is higher than this previous swing high, and the swing low is higher than the previous swing low. Swing high, swing low going up. That means second term trend is up. But at the same time, it is a swing high, this one swing high. So the second swing high is higher than the first swing high, but our proprietary divergence indicator made a lower swing high corresponding to this. So first thing first, it must touch the red line. Red line is the another way to know whether it is overbought or not. So this is another way to know whether a price is overbought or not. And in this case, a tentative overbought, and this in this case the price did not touch, and it made a lower swing high. So in that case, we consider this is a divergence. And most importantly, the close below this should happen, and then that low has to be taken out. That low has to be taken out. So this is very important, extremely important for the divergence. Any question?
Can you just repeat that again? I looked away and I missed where your cursor went.
This is a swing high, highest swing high, and corresponding to this, this is not higher. So the price making higher swing high, but the divergence indicator, the momentum indicator, is making lower swing high. And after that, what should happen? Any bar close, any bar subsequent bar close has to be below the low of the swing high bar.
Okay.
Below the low of the swing high bar, and that the bar which is closing below the low of the swing high bar, that low has to be taken out by our ESD, by our entry stop distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any question?
No.
This is another example. Price is making higher swing high and higher swing low. That is why it is going up. All of a sudden, price made a higher swing high, and compared to the previous one, but the divergence momentum line first touch the red line, which is must. First touch must be on the red, must be touching the red line, and the second one is the momentum indicator is making lower swing high, and then the close is below then, and then this low to be taken out. Make sense?
Yes. So just to clarify, when you say must touch the red line, is that a physical touch, or does it have to go above that red line?
No, just touch or above, doesn't matter. As long as it is touching, that is fine.
Okay.
Any other question?
No.
So you need to practice class A divergence in monthly, weekly, 3-day, 2-day, daily. Whenever you are doing, only do on the left hand side chart. Don't never touch the right hand side. You just change this to 2-day and 3-day and so on and so forth, and practice.
Okay.
For example, as we speak, if I bring the what is this? Delete volume and do our divergence indicator. So DIV BFF divergence indicator. Then we can see that price from here to here, price made a higher swing high in an uptrend, and the divergence indicator may not be always 1:1, may not be always 1:1. So we can compare this because it is a leading indicator. It can lead price, it can lead price. So price is making a higher swing high, as you can see, and we need to see what is the reading here on the black line. Reading is 43.29, and here the reading is 44. So there is no divergence here. There is no divergence here. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's see another one. Yeah, this is the one. So this price is making higher swing high, and this is a swing high which is higher than this one. And here, as I told you, there is no there may not be 1:1. So this fellow can lead. So we'll consider this swing high, but swing high always, 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 always swing high.
Yeah.
So this is 1, 2, 3 swing high. This is 1, 2, 3 swing high. So at this point, the divergence is 41.31, and at this point, it is 39. So we may consider from here to here there is a divergence here.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yep.
Any question?
No.
So we have to wait for this close below and then low taken out, and then we'll short the market on the divergence. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to practice in the monthly, weekly, 3-day, 2-day, and then we have bullish divergence. So on the opposite side of the bearish is the bullish. In the bullish divergence, we need to see the second term, medium term, or third term, long term trend should be down because we are going bullish, and it must be at a support or demand line. We already know what are all this from our previous module and unit. So price should be making lower drop or lower swing low in second term, medium term time frame, and price should be making lower P star. As you know, in a downtrend, P star are not meant to be broken, but T star, drop star can be broken. Otherwise, price cannot go down. And momentum indicators should be making higher drop or swing low. Let's see. So price is coming down because lower swing high, lower swing low. So this swing low is lower than this swing high is lower than that. And in the meantime, what happened? This fellow made a higher
Yep.
swing, higher swing low. So first point must touch the blue line. Second point need not touch the blue line. Second point can be anywhere. So as long as we see that and they close above the high of the swing low bar, and that high taken out, we expect price to go up. Yeah.
Okay.
Any question?
No.
Similarly, this is another example, back to back. We call it back to back divergence. Price is coming down. That is first important thing. And then a support. The support is not shown here, but support must be there. And we saw from this swing low to this swing low, our momentum indicator made divergence because this swing low is lower, but momentum line is higher. And similarly, this one back to back, price again printed a new low compared to the previous low. Again, our momentum indicator did a divergence. We call it a back-to-back divergence, and the close has to be above the swing low. If we consider this one, this close has to be above this and high taken out. If we consider this, then we consider this. Makes sense?
Yep.
Any
And
question?
the back-to-back divergence, is that a stronger divergence indicator potentially?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Any other question?
No.
So you need to practice monthly, weekly, 3-day, 2-day, and daily charts in 8 commodities also, because you've already done the Forex course, which is very good. So we are going a little bit fast on this because we are doing it for the commodity. But a commodity is a different asset class, which is driven by mostly Mother Nature, either from the mines or from flood and all those things. Which we already discussed in the previous modules and units, and you need to do this and practice. Okay.
Yep.
Any question?
No.
Similarly, the opposite of bullish is bearish. In bearish, the context is it has to be uptrend and resistance line, and price should no. This is class B. No. So I should stop here because there will be too much of practice here.
Okay.
because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 time frames multiplied by 840. So if you see class A 40 and class B, sorry, class A bullish 40 and class A
I,
bearish 40, so that is for a 80 already in your table. So do the practice task and send it to support team, and then I'll talk to you in the next class. Okay,
okay, great. Thanks, Partha.
not a problem. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.